Hello, I'm Gary Alexander, your state representative from the 20th District, representing Lewis County and parts of Thurston County, including Bacota, Maytown, Rochester, Tenino, and sectors of Rainier. I'm reporting to you from the 2010 session here in Olympia. House Democrats just passed their tax package, $750 million worth. I joined with all my Republicans on the House floor in voting against this measure, which contained over 20 new and increased taxes, including an increased tax in cigarettes, an increase in B&O taxes for our employers that can't afford it, a tax on candy, gum, and even bottled water. I believe Idaho and Oregon will be thanking Washington, as it will benefit their economics and their employers more than ours, as employers seek other states that are more business friendly. In fact, the governor of Idaho recently sent a letter to businesses in Washington and Oregon, if you can believe it, urging our employers faced with rising taxes to move to their business-friendly Idaho. Here's a quote from Governor Otter's letter. "We now are reaching out to hundreds of Oregon businesses and will do the same with those in Washington if the legislature there follows Oregon's lead. What we can offer is a business-friendly state government, a highly qualified and motivated workforce, and communities where people understand that while government cannot be the solution to their problems, it can and must be a champion for their own solutions." Any more tax increases being considered? Well, yes, there are. How about a tax increase on our fuel, on gas prices going up 3 cents, a tax on hazardous substances in House Bill 3181. There's nothing in these tax proposals that will help maintain jobs in this state when we have a 10% unemployment, 13% in Lewis County. These are short-term gimmicks, and the only lasting effects they'll have are all negative. They're going to hurt our struggling families and employers at a time when we best need to create jobs, not lose more. My seatmate, Representative Richard DeBolt, and I have sponsored legislation aimed at trying to ease the burdens of unfunded mandates hampering school districts and local governments. Local governments are also struggling to provide basic services. When you add unfunded mandates to the mix, their budget crisis becomes even more critical. Public safety is the priority in county government and local governments, but they're hampered by a variety of expensive mandates being handed down by ranging from growth management to global warming. This just puts great strain on the budgets of local governments and school districts in a very tough economic time. Our proposal, House Bill 3182, passed the House almost unanimously and hopefully is awaiting some action in the Senate. As originally drafted, it would have made all unfunded mandates on schools and local governments optional. But the bill was amended to allow some just limited relief on a few mandates. I believe this is a good start. We'll continue working with my colleagues to see if we can get broader repeal of state unfunded mandates in the future. As you probably have heard by now, this legislature is going into a special session. This is the result of just failed leadership with the majority party. They're not hung up over which programs to reform or how to make government more efficient and effective. The reason we're going to a special session is because they can't decide which of your taxes they're going to raise. As the budget leader for the House Republicans, this is extremely frustrating to me because I know it will cost us about $20,000 per day. It will cost you $20,000 per day for every day the session stays in. There's still time for the Democrat majority to listen to the people. We can balance this budget without raising taxes if we just embrace true government reform and look for additional efficiencies within all areas of the budget. I hope it's not too late. I want to again encourage you to call me with your questions and opinions about the budget or any other matters. You can use my direct line at 360-786-7990. Again, that's 360-786-7990, or the toll-free hotline, or send me a message by email. And don't forget to check my web pages for the up-to-date news. Again, this is Representative Gary Alexander from the 20th District, coming to you from the 2010 legislative session in Olympia.